TK here, and today we are going to discuss about how to become UI UX designer. So in previous video I have already gone through all the points, and this is the second video of the series where I'm going to discuss about user persona, brief, and user journey. So before starting any project, you must understand the overview about the project, that who your client is, who and where they are based, what are their main products, and who their competitors are, and what they are trying to achieve with this project. If it's an in-house product or app, so you can always discuss with the team or business analyst or your stakeholders. So that's the starting point. So, and persona talks about the user needs, the goal of user, and how the user will come into your app, and what is the personality of user, and what are their pain points, what they want to achieve, what are their habits, and everything about user you need to capture in a persona. So the benefit you get a clear picture that who your users are, and what they want to achieve through your app or through your application process. Then we can move on to the user journey. So user journey map, you can say, uh, it visualizes the entire journey of the user in your product or app experience. So when the user enters into your app, and what they choose, what kind of navigation menu they click, and what path they go into your application, and how they achieve their end goal, and how they feel happy, at what moment they feel sad or happy. So that all the journey you can visualize in a user journey map, so you have a very clear picture of your entire user's journey. So this is where it is very helpful. So I will get into more details in a moment. All right, at first I want to talk about user brief, why a design brief is important. So, as I told you, so before starting a project, you always ask your team or your client that what exactly you are going to work on. So, a design brief can be applicable in like mobile application or website or any kind of app you are working on. So, what basically a brief covers is it talks about your project or your design, uh, your clients, whether you're working for a client or in-house project, you always need this information. Okay, so if you don't have this information, you can always ask your team members, maybe a business analyst or a stakeholder or client. So in a brief, it talks about what is the business and where they are located, and who are their target audience and market, and any project specific information like the competitor information, and how much time it's going to take, and what is the overall pricing and budget of your project. So a brief talks about all this. So it's good to know all that before you start a project. Okay, so here we have some example of user persona and why it is important. So as you can see, in a user persona, you basically identify a group of users who have common goals, and it helps your it helps you to design the application or your UX in a better way, because you already know about your user. So in a user persona, when you're creating a user persona, you can put a dummy picture of your user, and their details like how old they are and where they live and what kind of occupation they are into, and their personality, what are their goals, and when what they want to achieve in your app or in your experience, what are the frustrations, what tools they use, things like that. So this is another example of persona. So it has some information about your user. Okay, so next thing, okay, you can read about user journey map, and I want to show you a good example of user experience mapping or user journey map. So this is a good example. So here it's example of when a person goes to a pizza shop and they place their order. So how they feel during the ordering process. Okay, so so the blue chart talks about highlights the mood of the user, and the green one is reflecting the hunger. So there are stages. So when you enter the pizza shop, you're you're hungry, and then you look at the menu and you select a pizza, and then you order pizza. When you order pizza, your mood is high. Okay, and when you're waiting for the pizza, your mood goes down. Okay, and when you get your pizza, you feel happy. So that's a visual example of user journey map. So it also highlights the usability and enjoyability during the different stages of user journey. So it's a must to check out and understand about it. So this is a very good article on InVision design. I've been using InVision Studio and InVision app from quite some time, but now I have moved to Adobe XD. But it is still a very good tool, and they have very user friendly articles. So you must check these. So in next video, I will talk about content strategy and UX strategy.